Hello guys, and welcome to my channel. This is Philly Crypto Trading Plus. Hey, we're going to do some analysis today on Zcash that I had promised a lot of you folks out there. I know it's a long time coming. So with that in mind, hey, you guys, if it's a bit confusing, all this crazy volatility, the prices are all over the place. These things are huge movements. You don't know what's going on. You're confused by all this. Well, guess what? You're definitely in the right place. Okay? So with that in mind, we're going to tell you what we're going to cover today. First of all, we're going to talk about a breakout into a continuation pattern. We're going to talk about an ascending wedge. We're going to talk about an ascending parallel channel. And then we're also going to talk about some Fibonacci levels. And we're also going to talk about some levels that need to hold some supports and some resistances. But make sure you stick around to the end because we're going to give some new price targets on Zcash. As you can see, we had some great movement lately. So before we get started in the video, guys, please be sure to subscribe and leave a comment below saying that I subscribed, and I will personally reply to any comments that you have. That's what that's for, is the feedback. And also, make sure you give it a thumbs up because that's really important. It makes a huge difference, guys. So I certainly appreciate that. With that in mind, guys, let's just get right to it. First of all, we're going to talk about this breakout into a continuation pattern. You can see back here in I would say early January here. We're cruising along and boom, we finally get this breakout that we've been waiting for a while. But notice here we had really a resistance here. You notice how we had touched this. We broke through it here, came back down below it, failed here, but then we touched it several times. So here we are finally breaking through this, right? And then we get our breakout, which is awesome, right? But then we come back down, and what do? We come back down to the same resistance, right? But it now becomes a strong support. And you can see here a nice little third time here that we touched, actually the fourth time really, that we touched here, and we formed a nice support here, okay? So we really had a large channel from our breakout down, a nice parallel channel that had formed. So now notice that we move up out of there, okay, and we start forming what I believe is an ascending wedge. Okay, and a lot of times when you see an ascending wedge like this, here's the parameters, you'll see a very exponential move out of there. That's really what we'd like to see, parabolic moves, as they say. So really nice, but notice here that where did we end up wedging up to right before we popped? Right to the middle of our parallel channel, which is pretty neat, So again, I'm just trying to point out to you guys how predictable these patterns are. I've talked before in my videos, and I'll continue to tell you how they continue to show time and time again the same patterns, same formations, same breakouts, and these kind of things. So this is I'm trying to tell you guys, you can make consistent money whether you be a trader, an investor, whatever the case may be. That's for another video at another time, maybe regarding trading. If you guys want to hear more about trading and specifics about that, please add those in the comments. We can always cover that at another time. So that being said, guys, we had a nice parabolic move out of here, which is really awesome. So now, keep in mind, guys, we're talking here on the 4-hour time frame. We had a nice move up, okay, but where did we go to? Let's talk about that because this is pretty interesting. Okay, now we're looking at our Fibonacci retracements, right? So here we got the 0.618 Fibonacci was about 118. This was back on the middle of January. Okay, so that's where we stopped at, and of course then we had our nice pullback, right? So then we moved on up here, but notice here I wanted to talk about this because on the daily time frame that we're talking about here, guys, look at this. Again, predictability. Where did this breakout, this fail down here in the support, again, of this line that we talked about, the support there, we break up, and then we get this huge parabolic move up out of here, but where did we go to? We went to the 1 Fibonacci, the 143 level, but also the top of that ascending parallel channel. Again, patterns, guys, patterns tell you over and over again. This is the job of my channel here, guys, is to educate you, teach you, help you out, show you how to make consistent money. That being said, here we are at the top of our channel. So now the question becomes, what are we going to do next? Well, we're going to watch. Again, I tell everybody, each day is a chapter to the story. This is why we watch. So where we're at right now, guys, we're going to see whether we can hold this 143. So far we are, but we would need to continue doing so. And again, if we're going to get some support, guys, If we don't hold these levels, obviously the 0.786 fib is going to be in the 129 area, which is roughly the middle of that spiking bar here. Okay, again on the daily time frame. And if of course we don't hold that, guys, our 0.618 fib is at, again, the 118 we talked about. Notice here that we had resistance here and then we busted right through that. So it's technically the middle of this channel, and that area here happens to be a support for it now. So we now know, guys, that if for some reason we can't hold these numbers and we fail here, we're going to come down. Look at this. We know that we've got an awful lot of support here at the 118. So this is probably going to be the bottom of any kind of pullback that we're going to be looking for, realistically, okay? So, but again, we're really looking for upper levels. So we're going to want to hold these levels here, 128 being that one. But I mean, this is interesting right now what's happening. But let's, again, remember, guys, we had a big move. We went to the top of our channel, and we're going to have to see how we digest these gains. But if we manage, guys, to hold these levels, okay, then we're going to build up. We're going to expect to continue up this pattern, right? So notice here, if we get some kind of say a pullback, maybe you know, boom, 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 like that, and then boom, like a triangle pattern, so to speak, okay? Well, if we do that, obviously our next target is going to be the 1.272 fib, which is really around 161. So guys, I talked about, if you go back, listen to an older video of mine that I did with ZCASH, I talked about the 161, actually 170 area. Notice that here on this fib now is this is the Fibonacci extension, meaning it hadn't really occurred until a later date. But ironically, here I was talking about it weeks ago, the 170, which happens to be 1.414 fib, 170.49. So these are going to be our upper targets, guys, 161 and 170. Now keep in mind, guys, you know, we can stay up here, and if we break out of this parallel channel, we could pull up there and then come back and just kind of ride it and then kind of build some kind of consolidation to go higher. But we just don't know yet how that's going to play out, guys. But for right now, I haven't done one in a while. Wanted to give you a heads up, tell you where we're at, where we can go, where we've been, where we can pull back to, and more importantly, where we're looking for in the future. So I do believe that higher prices are coming. We've got a nice continuation breakout, and that's what we're looking for. So with that in mind, guys, if you like what you hear and see, please like, share, subscribe. And I want to thank you guys for coming to the channel, and you all have a good day.